Hi, I'm Sam Daly, and on today's episode of Sam Daly's Homegrown, we're featuring a talent from Ed Couchelsa, and his name is Johnny Navarro. Johnny plays the accordion. He plays el bajo sexto. He also plays the bass. He plays basically everything. He is a jack of all trades, a true musician, and we're showcasing his talent today on Homegrown with Sam Daly.
My name is Juan Navarro, and I'm a music instructor at Ed Couchelsa High School.
You're watching Sam Daly's Homegrown, and this is Johnny Navarro right here.
I'm going to show you a little bit of what I have, the talents that I have. I play a lot of instruments, and here we go, a little polquita que se llama sub y baja. Here we go. My next number is going to be a jazz tune. This is a jazz tune accordion. So I'm going to play a little bit of jazz for you guys.
About the instrument that you're playing.
Well, this is a diatonic accordion. It comes from Germany, ¿verdad? And this is jazz tune by, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's from Esteban Jordan, all right? And it's called a diatonic accordion. And this accordion, it's called jazz tuning. That's what Esteban Jordan used to call it back in the day when he used to play the accordion. And like I said, this accordion is a very special instrument because it's tuned a different way instead of nowadays, the accordions are coming out. But like I said, this is a very, very special accordion to play.
Wait a second. So basically what Nike did with Michael Jordan, this company did with Steve Jordan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So like I said, this accordion has, you got to learn how to play it. You got to treat it the right way. You got to feel it. It's not just play it and that's it. You got to feel it from the heart,
Kind of like a woman, my friend.
Oh, something like that. You can say that. So this squeeze box, or we call it the box, let's call it like that. It has a very distinguished sound, and you can hear the toot-toot train. Toot toot. Can you hear the train? So you can hear the sound very unique. an instrument that I'm going to introduce. It's called the bajo sexto or the bajo quinto. This has a 10-string guitar, ¿verdad? You know, we call it a guitar, but really in reality it's a bajo quinto. And this bajo, it's a lot of, how can I say it? You use a lot of bar chords instead of using your regular, like a guitar. This one uses chords. So I'm going to demonstrate this really simple. There's 2 ways to play it. You play it the Texas way or the highway. And this is how it sound. Back then it used to sound like this. 2, 3, 4. Now, the other way would be without, le dicen, in terms of Tex-Mex, le dicen lo plomeas, right? What word is that? You know, I don't know. O bajiao. And the other way would be just without playing, just this. Imagine this. This is the snare. Snare, 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 and this is the bass. So think of that. You have 2. Now, if you would play it just like this, and you use 2 fingers instead of using your whole finger. Now I have small fingers, but it doesn't stop me. The bajo comes from Spain. They used it on mariachi back in the late 40s, 30s or 40s, pero no jaló. It didn't work because it did not project the sound. So right now I have it connected with an amplifier, and if I disconnect it, it's not gonna sound that loud. But it depends on the person that plays it. So like I said, the bajo sexto came from Spain back in the late 30s, 40s. And like I said, you know, it's a pretty awesome instrument. You know, you can even play the bamba.
Richie! Well, you know, brother, I'm a rocker. So what I'd really like for you to do is do what you did that Richie Valens did to make this thing sing. I want you to show me some good old-fashioned rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can play some rock. Well, you know what? I'm gonna play this. I don't know if you guys remember back in the late '60s or '70s. I don't know who the band is, but this is what I figured out from the bajo, from the guitar to the bajo. Something like that. I think it's from the 70s or 80s. I don't remember. And I don't know the name of the song.
Boston, wasn't it?
Was it Boston? Yeah. So
Good loving gone bad.
even you can play a Halloween song. You know, you can play all that.
I feel I need a patch. So how does this instrument complement this instrument?
Okay, well, back in the late 20s, people used to use this as the bass and the rhythm, the guitar and the bass.
Okay.
So what happened is this instrument stepped in and people got used to this. So this is the melody. So this is all the melody, and this, now you're using the rhythm and the bass at the same time. So this is deleted, or how the bajos are gone. Because this one doesn't have the bajos.
So therefore, what we're having, folks, is the evolution of conjunto music and how it changed from the beginning to now modern day. And now it's time to have an interview with the great talent, Johnny Navarro, with, of course, Lupe Science, my tag team partner. Take it away, Lupe.
Wow, Johnny, bajo sexto, that was an excellent performance you did there. Who taught you the bajo sexto? How'd you learn that?
I learned it from El Señor Benny Layton. Everything that I played, he was the one that taught me how to play it. And I picked it up really fast. It wasn't, okay, I'm going to take a while. To me, it looked hard the first time, but after practicing, I started getting it.
And do you teach that? Do you teach the bajo?
I don't teach the bajo this year, but I taught it a couple years ago, and I had kids that played it, and they went beyond, playing music.
What is the hardest thing about learning the bajo?
Keeping the tempo and your fingers, because that's something that I see. It's pretty hard for students to play, but it doesn't matter. It's just having patience for kids, to play the instrument.
Okay, let's go from the bajo. Let's go to that diatonic accordion you were talking about. Es acordeón colorada. I know that Benny Layton, if both of those of you didn't know who Benny Layton was, he was a music instructor. He started a lot of programs de música at Edgar Chelsea High School. And he is from the family, the Layton family, and they're all musicians. From the daddy, everybody was a musician in that family. They were known as los hermanos Layton. And that's how he became the instructor there at Edgar Chelsea. And you're one of his prodigies, huh? You're one of his...
Yes, sir. I started there back in 2005. And after, I think, 2011, I took over the program. And then from there, I started teaching all these instruments. But the kids love it. The kids love the program. And the patience that I have with the students.
Yeah.
Because these are all high school students. These are not elementary.
In your estudiantina, which is a group of players
Yeah.
and singers, you teach that. They use this instrument called
The mandolin.
the mandolin.
Well, it's three instruments. The mandolin, the nylon string guitar, and the toroloche, also known as the stand-up bass.
Yeah.
And then to add flavor to la música, we add the diatonic accordion
Oh, okay.
para darle sabor a la música.
Okay.
So that's what I teach for the kids. I teach that.
Well, let's watch an example of you doing the mandolin. Ahorita venemos. We'll be right back.
Okay, and this instrument that I have here, it's called a mandolin, a mando, or en español, mandolina. This is what I teach at the school. And I don't know if you guys know this, but this mandolin, we use it for country, for bluegrass, even for any kind of music, right? Any kind of genre. So I teach the kids how to play this instrument, and it's a very unique instrument for kids. Mostly I have girls playing in the group, but this is one of the songs that I took out. It's called Amazing Grace. Beautiful song.
Well, that instrument, had some deep roots also in bluegrass music. Mm-hmm. I mean, Vince Gill played it on a lot of his hits. Even a more modern group, I remember utilized, there's a lot of groups, even rock groups, that have used the mandolin in their production and so forth.
Maria Elena, it's an old song from the 60s. And this is one of the songs that we do with the kids all the time to warm up our fingers. And I tell them, okay, let's warm up our fingers. So this is called Maria Elena.
You're watching Sam Daly's Homegrown, and we'll be right back. Johnny, I spent a lot of years as a rock DJ, so I want to hear some mandolin work that has something that I'm familiar with. So give me what you got.
Okay. I don't know. Do you know Carlos Santana?
Who doesn't know Carlos
no lo
Santana?
conoce, right?
Come on, he
So
jammed at Woodstock, bro.
Well, we play a song called Iropa.
I love this song.
And this is an instrumental song, and with that we have the backups with the guitars and the stand-up bass.
Show me what
and the
you got.
mandol.
All
so
right.
we have. So I'm gonna play a little piece of Iropa for you guys.
Amazing. Now that's rock and roll. Welcome once again, Johnny Navarro, and the great talent showcased here on your Homegrown, Sam Daly's Homegrown, direct from the Rio Grande Valley. You're watching Sam Daly's Homegrown, and this is Johnny Navarro right here.
This is a trumpet. It's a 3-valve trumpet. This instrument, I learned it when I was a 6th grader by the man. His name was Mr. Bessenice. Awesome trumpet player. He passed away a couple years ago, but he's the one that showed me everything. So when I was a 7th grader, I was already hitting notes above the staff. And he's the one that influenced me with jazz and orchestra and all that kind of good music. So right now, I'm gonna play a little bit, a number that I played in college, and I don't know the name of the piece, but you're gonna listen to it, and it sounds like horses. Se me acabó el aire.
I mean, I'm amazed, Jenny, at your talent, at your musical talent. That you say it comes from your family, ¿verdad? It comes from your heart. But I don't know, man. It takes. You're such an outstanding músico that. Congratulations for all that music that you know, and you don't mind sharing it because you're teaching kids. You're sharing your knowledge down the line, ¿verdad? Te felicitamos. We congratulate you. Sam Daly and myself, we say, wow, te avientas. Excellent work. Okay, let's watch you do another instrument. Come on, aquí. See what you're going to do here.
You're watching Sam Daly's Homegrown, and we'll be right back.
I was talking to Dr. Dalia Guerra from the University of Texas, UTRGV, and she was the dean of the music department there. And there was a mariachi group from Dana High School, excellent singers, great singers and everything. But these kids, they were great singers, but they didn't know how to play an instrument. In order to enter the university mariachi groups, you have both know how to sing and know how to play an instrument. Are you covering those bases at Cauchelsa?
Yes, sir. I cover the, well, these kids come freshly from, they don't know the basics, the fundamentals, so I teach them a little bit of theory. I teach them a little bit of singing. I teach them a little bit of playing. So these kids don't understand the basic concept of music. Now, going back to la estudiantina, that word, just thinking about it, estudiantina is just called estudiantes, estudiantina. It's a group of students with string instruments. So every RV park that we go, any performance, anything that we do outside, I always talk about the estudiantina, where it came from, because estudiantina and mariachi is a different kind of system. Mariachi uses violins, harps, trumpets. Estudiantina, you use mandolins, guitars, and stand-up bass. Okay, my next instrument, this is the rolling accordion. This accordion has 12 instruments in one. So that means I can carry this accordion instead of carrying all different kind of accordions. And this has the organ, it has the mandol, it has the guitarra, it has mariachi sound, it has brass sound, it has all these kinds of different sounds on this instrument. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna demonstrate a little bit. And by the way, it has different keys. So it's not just one key, it has all different kind of keys. Here we go. It has that's a piano, maybe organ. Troquero. And it has, when you're in church, no, wait. Remember that song? Christmas tree, oh. And I say, well, I want to change to a different key. That's gonna sound like we're at the pulga.
Oh, this is Harry Carey, the Chicago Cubs, and now we're going to go into the 7th inning stretch. Oh, 1, 2.
Well, this accordion is discontinued. It was in the market a couple years ago. The man that brought it to South Texas was Mr. Benny Layton, my mentor. He was my mentor in accordion. So he would represent rolling accordions.
This instrument or that instrument, folks, don't be limited to what it's supposed to play. It's what you want to play. That's the beauty of HomeGrown. And that's the beauty of the Rio Grande Valley. It is an eclectic group of people that come together and they all have different styles. When I spent some time in Seattle during the grunge era, well, it was all grunge. Here in the valley, we got a little comino. We got a little jalapeno. We got a little bit of pepper. Yeah. We got a little bit of salt. And once in a while, a chile piquin gets in the way. So you are the leader of your own destiny. As a musician, you can do exactly what this man has done, which is be a tremendously wonderful jack of all trades, of all instruments, but you can put it into your style and your genre. Don't be limited. Don't be dictated by what society tells you should be played. Use that instrument for whatever turns you on. I'm Sam Daly, and this is a prime example of what we have on this beautiful show. This is HomeGrown. See you here next time. I don't know. Whatever.
Hey, faltó la mandolin, bro.